So we've got ourself set, we've got our grip on, we've got our posture. The next most important part of this golf swing, we've got to take it away correctly. I've got a few good little snippets of information in there. That initial part of the golf swing, that first couple of feet away from the ball, is so vital in setting the club face, or the club and the shaft online, in order to give you the best chance to get to the top of your backswing correctly, which is what this is all about. So really pay attention to this one. It seems so super simple, but it's really important that you get it right. So work hard on it, follow the instructions, follow the drills, do it at home. Okay, once you get a feel for it out on the golf course, you'll notice a lot. If you've watched a lot of golf on TV, Justin Thomas is a great one for it. You'll see his first initial move, he's getting a feel for where he wants to set the club in that first initial 2 feet. So this is why this is super important. Even the best players in the world are doing it. So good luck with it, and we'll see you there. Okay, so we now need to talk about the takeaway. This needs to be pretty spot on, otherwise you're going to end up with the club taking the wrong path to the top of your backswing. Most of the time I see people using the hands too much. Okay, what we've got to imagine, this club face, once we've gripped it and we've set it up, we know we need to create some wrist hinge by pushing it down. So if I had the club in front of me, okay, and I pushed straight up and away from me just a little bit, all right, the club face stays neutral. So we're trying to get this sensation as we move away from the ball. So I go back to my lines here. So they're pushing away just to this position. So where the club's at about waist high, horizontal to the ground, we're looking for the club head to be slightly outside your hands, just slightly. Okay. If you get your hands too involved, so you whip your hands inside, all right, so you might go, okay, it's waist high, but now if we look at our lines on the ground here, and if I turn back and actually drop it down, that's not where we started from. Okay, so it's turned to here. If I turn and face you now, it is bang in front. Right, so that's the takeaway. Now, what we've got to imagine, the golf club gets the ball up in the air. Okay, all we're trying to do is hit the back of the ball and send it forward towards the target. So I've got a hammer here. So imagine you were, in fact, I want to get down on my knees for this one. So we'll say this is a nail, okay, and all I'm trying to do is hammer it along the ground. So if I'm in this position, so I'm not going to be picking it up or whipping it inside. All I'm going to do is just a little movement away from the ball, just on the arc of my shoulders. So I'm not just taking my hands back here. We need the body involved. Okay, and I'm just trying to send that thing forwards. That is why the takeaway is so important, and we're trying to get that sensation. So if you imagine the hammer on the end of a golf club, turn away and back to striking the thing at impact. Let's look at a couple of drills that you can do using a door jamb. Okay, so using the door jamb for our takeaway position, get ourselves set, nice posture, and just have your arm out in front of you. And like with the hammer, what we're trying to do is use the strong part of your hand. So at impact, we're trying to create this pressurizing. We're leaning the hand back, and we're actually striking the golf ball with the back of the hand here, or the strong part of your wrist. We don't want to flip it with the fingers. That's not very strong. So we can actually use this jamb as we've got to return to tiny little takeaway, come back to this same position. Okay. Obviously you don't want to hit your hand too hard, but we're just trying to create this movement, connection, turning away, everything's nice and tight in this nice triangle position, and bang. We look at it from this view. So we're here, wind, bang, turn, bang. If you add a bit of speed to it and a bit of pressure, we're just tightening everything up, using your core, using your glutes, really feeling through the ground, okay? That's what we're basically trying to do, all right? Don't want this under scoopy action. It's not an effective way to do things. Another thing I've got, impact bag. So if you're at home, you can use the side of your couch and a old cushion or something. I've got enough room here just about. I'm actually gripping this the other way around, so it's easier to stop it. So good setup again, good posture, tiny backswing, just this connection, take away, and then fire it into the bag. What you'll find is if you start doing it just with your hands, it doesn't feel as strong as if you actually squeeze your body in. So bang, all right. I haven't got enough room to show you this side, but you get the picture, okay. And if you return to that position with a bit of shaft lean, that's fine. So there's that pressure, there's that hinge in your wrist, and we're just squeezing impact. So that takeaway, that's why we're trying to keep everything connected, so we can come back to that same position at impact with a little bit of a squeeze on it, a little bit of shaft lean, and then you're going to hit more consistent strikes. So a great way to work on this takeaway position, this feeling of connectivity. I've got an alignment rod here, or you can use a garden cane if it's long enough. So basically I'm going to put this under my trail arm, underneath the shaft, put my grip on it. So I'm feeling a little bit of pressure there. You probably see a little bit of bend in the rod there. And we're trying to get this sense of real connectivity, this first movement away from the ball, nice and connected. So I'm not super wooden, okay, whee, because that sort of thing happens. So we're going to try and keep this, let's get that back under. It's just a real good sensation of turning away. Try it at different speeds. We're trying to create this Y shape you create with your shoulders and your arms, or this triangle shape, should I say. Triangle, triangle, across. We're just basically trying to move the triangle. So let's pop that back under there. So nice and slow, just that first initial few feet away from it. So if we look at it down the line here, so it's nice and connected, okay? If you start to whip your hands inside, you'll lose it, and that's obviously not what we want to do. So just that initial few feet, take it away, nice and connected, okay? So give that a go. It's a good little feel, because it's only that first couple of feet. Get that bit right, and the rest of it's got a chance to be in the correct position at the top of your swing.